I loved Mr. Vampire. It took me a second watch to really get it and appreciate it. Once I did, fantastic film, and I was eager to delve into Mr. Vampire 2, the first movie in the Hopping Mad vampire sequel set, which came out in 1986. And I was surprised to see this one set in current time when it came out, of course. And it is definitely a more kid-friendly movie, which was really kind of surprising, and it almost feels, well, there is 3 stories going on here, but they're just basically in limited sets, and it's so a condensed world, and yet so full of vibrant characters, great set pieces, and general humour, which I enjoyed, and it just created a really fun film. So we start off with some, let's say, archaeologists. I'm pretty sure they're grave robbing for profit, but we'll say archaeologists and be nice, and they discover a family of vampires. Of course they don't know that, it's just corpses which they plan on selling to the highest bidder. You get a mother, a father and a young kid. They talk to one of their friends because, well, these bodies are remarkably preserved, and while taking the kid vampire on a journey, they accidentally release it into the world. Discovering that these are creatures of the night that are going to come alive and try to kill them in ridiculous manners, which are kind of funny and highly entertaining at the same time. So we watch these hopping vampires then battle with our archaeologists as they try to get the spell stuck to their head to keep them frozen in place. And then we jump to a secondary story. We have a single father who has lost his wife, who is looking after his kids, trying to do the best that he can. They're watching the news, they see a story about immigrants sneaking into the country. The young girl of the family discovers the boy vampire in her shed and decides to bring him into the house. Creating that bond, having that friendship there. This little boy vampire's not out to hurt these people, but just glad to be included. It's a little kiddie story at the side one, but it's nonetheless, it's really kind of fun. And then we get the third story, which involves Yun Biao as a man who's trying to marry the daughter of a man that owns a medicine shop, or a medicinal shop, or herbal remedy shop. And the introduction is ridiculously funny. I love the interaction between Yun Biao and the same man that owns the shop when he's asking for her hand in marriage and saying, you know, we've already done it several times anyway, and the shock and just the sheer blasé of that statement and how it continues from that scene was incredibly funny. And we have these people who start to realise that these archaeologists may have a vampire, and they're trying to stop it as best they can as well. So this is the kind of 3 stories that go on throughout the film, all vying for various attention, and we all get enough scenes of all of them, and they're all interesting in their own way. The archaeologists and the Yun Biao story is all about the acrobatics, the stunts, the choreographed manoeuvres that are so just pleasing to watch them go through the motions, just doing what they're doing. I kind of love it. And then we go back to the kid story every now and again, which I guess could be a little bit saccharine, but I liked it. Yeah, it's kind of familiar, but there's a kind of sweetness to that as well, which I really kind of loved. And Mr. Vampire overall is just a fun, strange sequel to Mr. Vampire, the original movie. In fact, there's one moment in this which it's fan service, but I absolutely adored it, where one of the characters just starts listing encounters of the spooky kind, the dead and the deadly, Mr. Vampire, by saying he had an Uncle Samuel who dealt with these situations. And it's, yeah, like I said, fan service, but I liked it. I wanted it. It was great.
做洪金寶早年深入陰府，搞到鬼打鬼，而家回到人間實行人嚇人。舊年捉到隻僵屍先生。至於
Mr. Vampire 2 for me was so fun and enjoyable, and I can see this being not a favourite for everyone, but I think I preferred this more than the original one because of the three vying storylines, because of the kind of sweetness of the kid's story, because of the silliness that goes on as well. It's very tongue-in-cheek. You know, the movie starts with someone being hit in the groin, just letting you know the kind of tone that you're in for. I don't mind that kind of tone. So I am very happy with Mr. Vampire 2 already. Now I'm going to jump into Mr. Vampire 3. I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be set in the old times? Is it going to be a current iteration? As long as it's fun, I'm eager to see it. I'd love to know your thoughts on Mr. Vampire 2, whether you loved it or hated it, or even fell somewhere in the middle. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up because it really helps these videos. There is more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon, the membership program, and manvfilm.com. All ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.